We see no ward being up there. One ward being placed by Scourge, and that MYM's ward. Okay, so Scourge does actually, sorry, Sentinel does have 2 wards up on the map at the moment, making them quite effective. Actually quite clever play by MYM at the moment is I'm not sure that they are going to rush. The reason why they don't need to rush, or they are going to rush, sorry. They don't need to rush. That's one key thing. But check how far the lanes are pushed back at the moment. If we can draw a line across the mini-map here with my cursor, everything is behind the first towers, essentially, for Sentinel. Which means that in order for them to stop this, we see cold feet going off, ice going off here, double ice cooled giant ice blocks. I want that in my soda drink. That is a cool ice block. Rush just tanking it like the beastie is, but the magical damage, the bonus magical amplification damage for all of these just makes it too much. 2 tank. Storm Spirit picking up the Aegis, then zipping out. Now he's going to be picking up his Ginsies, or he's going to be picking up his Shivas like I suggested earlier to help his team, because his team's very frail. I think he should be picking up the Shivas. His team's too frail. We're going to see a Dagon being picked up here by AA. He doesn't have an Aghanim's an ulti scepter. 100 gold boots on the Vengeful Spirit. He's been really hit quite hard in this game. Sitting on a magic stick and three GG branches. But that's why they're not called GG branches for nothing. Black King Bar being picked up on both, not on the Sniper yet, but on Baby Knight. Baby Knight picking up his BKB. Sniper's going to be picking up his BKB quite soon. And that's going to make some difference in terms of this battle, seen as I already said, Scourge is purely magical damage. If we think about this, Force Staff actually being picked up by AA. King A picking up a kill, using his ulti, and Storm zipping in from afar with his Aegis, not really worried about anything else. Game being... Rage quit by Bandit. No GG being called to my... Yeah, no GG being called. Lol, Baby Knight. Unhappy face. Saying, I don't want to end, I just picked up my BKB. What's this nonsense? I just picked up my BKB. I can end this game. I can take all of you guys. Okay, not quite, but yeah, that's GG. That's game over. And let me do some analysis. Hopefully, you guys have picked up more in terms of team fights, more in terms of analysis that I should have been able to. Then I did the last game, which I was still busy processing. Sorry about my fraps. My fraps bombed out earlier, but I don't think I missed too much. Probably a 4-staff being picked up as well on Windrunner here. 4-staff for both of these is going to be very useful against a Clockwork. Or it would have been useful if the game continued much longer, but it would have been useful against a Clockwork, and I'd like to point out 4-staff is one of the best items against a Clockwork, especially if these low HP heroes which need escapes. So if AA gets hooked and cogged, he simply cold feets onto the Clockwork and then 4-staffs himself out. Demon just 4-staffs himself out and shackle shot someone. I would have preferred, like I said, a Shivas to go down on Missy here. Yes, it does make him more effective in terms of, stopping hooks and that sort of thing. Shivas would have made him a bit more tank of a hero for his team, but he's probably going to go Shivas next year. He doesn't really need the disable. Shivas really just takes out the attack speed of Baby Knight and takes out the attack speed of Sony on the Sniper. This is the second game I'm watching with BP being played. I really like their new team at the moment. They're probably still trying to get it organized and trying to make themselves more effective as a team. But Lost really was quite a bit of a failure. Yes, they did have good players, but Loaded just AFK farmed the entire game and just caused their team to lose over and over. So he's not in BP now, and BP is looking a lot more strong than they used to. Great play here by Missy. If we can do a quick analysis, that Chilling Touch, that's what it's called, by AA adds about 50 bonus damage. That will push Storm Spirit damage up to about 200, and along with this plus 30% damage, that's pretty much an insane amount of damage. That's 260 damage on a Storm. 260 damage early game, you can't touch that. Seriously, I would start singing the song to that. Shiva's going to be picked up here, 4-staff and a Shiva's being picked up by Mania. Probably what's going to be picked up, just adding some more magical damage here with AA's ulti and AA's little cool ice ball thingy. But yeah, you can't touch 260 damage early game, especially against a carry of Baby Knight who's sitting on a ridiculously low amount of HP. Yeah, that's a few hits, that's like 4 hits. Clockwork's also sitting on about 4 hits there. Not even a comment on this Vengeful Spirit, 700 HP, picking up Boots at 30 minutes. Boots, first item, 30 minutes. Great farm going on there. Bandit's also failing as a roaming. I never really liked a roaming Tidehunter. One of the reasons is, yes, he's got a gush and a slow, but you really want him to hit level 6 as fast as he can and then become a nuisance. And as soon as he starts wandering around the map using gush as a slow, people take the gush, not got enough damage. But if you don't have a backup stunner, if you don't have 2 people roaming with Tidehunter, he becomes ineffective and he doesn't become a great use. So clearly it was just this AoE power of MYM, the magical damage power, the magical damage team play, and really this AA is making games at the moment. One of the reasons why he's a very strong ban by many captains and a very strong pick is the fact that if you have a magical team damage lineup here, this is a great team pick here by Demon. Obviously, because Demon's just a genius and he played the best windrunner I've probably ever seen. But if you have such a magical lineup, A is the one hero you want to pick. And with survivability of a 4-star phase boots and this ill scepter, he's not going to die and he's just going to add so much extra DPS to your team. And with a roaming Storm, a roaming Windrunner, and a roaming Tiny, there's really not much a team can do against that if your AA's ulti is landing every time. Super good lineup here by MYM. Really, I think they just outpicked and outplayed BP in terms of this game. Not much BP could do unless they really wanted to force this late game. We needed Tide to become a lot more tank. We needed Clockwork. He started a lane, but he didn't get tank enough. Simply because he was gang too much. And yeah, there wasn't much actually. If you think about it, there wasn't that much pushing going on by MYM. Yes, they were taking towers. It wasn't an active push strat. However, the reason they were taking towers, they were simply just annihilating or picking off the entire Scourge heroes most of the game. You know, when anyone tried to farm a lane, 2 people going into lane to try to get some creep kills, MYM, I guarantee you, AA ulting and Storm zipping in, Tiny zipping in, as blinking in this case, and Demon just power shotting through everyone like the beastie is, shackle shotting like 5 people with one thing, even though that's impossible. Promise you, he did it one stage. And yeah, just really being a nuisance and just stopping them from farming up at all in any way. And therefore, by killing off these heroes consistently, slowly but surely these towers were getting pushed down. Killing 3 heroes, take a tower. Killing 3 heroes, take a tower. Not an active push strat, not trying to take towers, but because they're so hero killing on the Scourge team, they were effective. And yeah, we didn't see really much teamwork or sort of. With all the heroes we see on the Sentinel team, there isn't much synergy between them in terms of picking off heroes. They were individual hero killers, specific individual hero targeters. Apart from the AoE stun of Tidehunter, we see Baby Knight individual stun cast individual by Venge, individual hook by Clockwork, individual ulti by Sniper. Really picking off individual heroes, and when you're playing against a team where you're going to try and pick off an individual hero and suddenly, so say Storm Spirit's top and all 4-5 of you trying to pick off Storm Spirit as an individual hero, but suddenly AA's ulti lands and we see a Windrunner coming out of nowhere, Tiny blinking in, really makes it hard for you to do that, really makes it hard for you to pull that strategy off effectively. And yeah, so that ends my 3rd commentary. I hope it was more strategic. It was quite a short game, so I had to add something after it. Don't have enough time to discuss what I want to discuss in the game. I think probably the reason why I have to do so much strategy analysis at the end of all the games I've been doing so far is because they're about 20 minutes long, and trying to fit everything you want to say into 20 minutes is quite a big deal. But at the end of the game, I hope you guys are left with more knowledge than beforehand, and I hope that my ongoing strategy analysis throughout the game is better than it was previously. And on that note, I say farewell. Cheers, guys.